To my surprise this morning, we actually do have a new banner coming out tomorrow morning, the Heart and Fire / the Future Summit, featuring 1000 Year Blood War Round 4 and round... I forgot the number. So this banner right here is a pretty good banner. The value is there, but it really comes down to if you lads want to summon on the characters. Now, if you actually look at the banner, majority of the characters are actually 1000 Year Blood War characters. We have the 4 from round 4, and then we have the 3 characters from this banner, which I forgot the round because there's so many at this point. And then we have 2 other characters to fill the banner, and it is a Power Aaroniero, the Fierce Battle version, and also the TLA Kenpachi that's been thrown in a lot of banners. But at least the 2 premium characters that had been thrown into this banner aren't actually necessarily bad characters. Kenny has become very, very common, and unless you have him 5-5 with 500 attack or 300 defense, you shouldn't really complain about getting his character, maybe. But at the very least, he is a Chronicle Quest bonus, so... you know, he's always going to be useful even with extra dupes for him. But one thing to keep in mind about this banner is the fact that it is a 50 orb banner. So that does mean the rates are going to be iffy from step to step. So as you can see, it is a step 1 banner that's going to cost you 50 orbs and it's going to be a 3% rate. That means everyone watching this video should actually do this multi tomorrow morning. It's 50 orbs. If you get a new character, you made profit. If you got a dupe, you got a dupe for 50 orbs. And if you get shafted, which majority of us will because it's 3%, then... at the very least, it only costs you 50 orbs, right? It's definitely worth the shot. I myself am missing 3 characters. I'm missing the Izuru, the Yamamoto, and also the Aaroniero, so I would love to get my hands on any of those 3 characters. Hopefully, I can pick them up from step 1. Step 2 is going to cost you 150 orbs, and it is going to be a 3% rate. Step 3 is when it finally goes up above 3%, so now it's a 4% rate, but it is going to cost you, I believe, 200 orbs. And then step 4 is a 6% rate with 250 orbs, and then step 5 has an 8% rate, which is actually pretty high. It is going to cost you 250 orbs, and this step is actually guaranteed a 5-star, and it basically repeats itself all the way to step 30. Step 30, ooh. So if you actually want to go all out on this banner, which I really doubt anyone would, but it is something you can do if these are your favorite characters. Let's talk about the banner characters. We have Izuru. He's actually a very good NAD character. Now, originally when he came out, I didn't think he'd make that much waves in PvP, but surprisingly, he has been a character that I have lost to a few times in PvP. So if you do want to use him there, that is definitely an option. Now, he doesn't have guard break, so that does hurt him in normal PvE play, but whenever he's a bonus in epic raids, he's going to be good there. You can also use him in Guild Quest, the hard difficulty, and he's going to shine there the most. So I think he's actually a good character. The value is there, and he's a pretty unique character. The fact that he is a zombie Izuru, I really do like that. Going back to the other characters though, we have Chojuro. He is actually a character that you want to use in the Captain Week of Guild Quest, and that, fun enough, is actually coming out sometime later this week, right? So we're coming up to it. This character is definitely going to shine as a main runner. If you only have him 1-5, he should still be good, mainly because he is a character that has very good strong attacks, and he also can inflict the paralysis. And obviously paralysis, as you know, is pretty much the best status element to inflict in Guild Quest because no one's immune to it, right? You're going to be inflicting them for like 7 or so seconds. They're going to be stuck there, and your NAD characters are just going to go to work. So he's definitely a good lead if you are struggling with a character that you need to use for the hard difficulty of Guild Quest for the Captain Week whenever that does drop sometime later to this week. So he is definitely going to be a good character if you do need someone for that Guild Quest week. I might be using him, but I do have a max transcended Ichigo 10 years later version, so I'm going to be using him. But he's definitely a go-to character. Like, he does have very good strong attacks. Even outside of Guild Quest, he's actually very good. Obviously, he does have the best strong attack in the game. He has a 3000 length beam, a 960 in front of him, and a 1200 radius SA3. If you are a Chojuro fan, this is the character for you. Visually, he looks great. His strong attacks all incorporate the purple lightning, and then when you do use his Bankai, you finally see his Bankai in animation, which is the first time we actually see him use that in any kind of media, which I really do appreciate about this character. Really do like the way they designed him. He's actually a very good character. I unfortunately just don't use him that much. Then we have Yamamoto. Really do like this character. It's the Northwest, is it? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's the West-North version of Yamamoto. The second version of Yamamoto for the 1000 Year Blood War banner. The only gripe I have with this character is the fact that the flames look different compared to when he's just in his idle form, when you're moving around the character, compared to the Sword Bomb animation. The Sword Bomb animation has way better effects for the fire around him, and that makes it look a lot better in the Sword Bomb animation. Obviously, I can see why it looks completely different, but I still like the idle form of Yamamoto with just the flames around him. He looks very unique. He looks really cool too. So this character is actually pretty good for a technique character. Now, he isn't anything too amazing, but there's nothing stopping him from clearing content. If you like Yamamoto, this is the character you want to get your hands on. His whole strong attack here is basically just lunges. His first strong attack is a lunge forward, his second is a even more lunge forward, and his third is just a full screen strong attack. His Sword Bomb animation is him using the move that he did use to kill the fake Juha. Really do like the visuals of this character. His strong attacks are great, and also his skills are actually pretty good. So he has Berserker plus 20%, damage to burning enemies plus 20%, Debilitator plus 2, Frenzy, Havoc, and Sprinter plus 1. And then if you do go down to here, he is actually one of the first characters to incorporate the innate skills. He has fire resistance, so he is immune to burn. He has Immolator, which basically means every 10 or so seconds, he has a specific chance to inflict the burn. So even if you don't even hit the enemies, you could inflict them with burn, and in that case, you're actually doing more damage to those burned enemies, which I really do like. Pretty cool. And then he does actually have the read no affiliation dodges. So he is the first character and one of the 4 characters in the game right now that can actually efficiently farm Transcendence Zone. So if you are someone out there that does need to farm Hogakus, this is the character that you might want to pick up. Now, he isn't the only one. Do keep that in mind. 10 years later version of Ichigo, the 1000-year Blood Ishin, and also the Machine Society Urawuichi all have the read certain dodges, and they can also efficiently farm Hogakus. Realistically, you only need one of them, but he is not a bad character. Visually, really do like him, and I could definitely say he's one of the more fun characters out there. Unfortunately, I don't own him, but I'm hoping to pick him up in this banner. Then we have the Fierce Battle Okura. This character is actually pretty good. As for a premium character, he hasn't shown up in too many fillers, so he might not be a character that you own. I don't own him. He is okay. As a base from a Spada, I really don't like the visuals of him all too much. He looks okay, but he's pretty good, right? He can play content. That's what you want in a character. So if you want to go for Okura, then this is probably one of your few chances to get him for a while. He might not return for a couple months, but I will say so probably sometime after the anniversary, he's definitely going to become a lot more common. Like, he's probably going to get thrown into a lot of banners. Kenpachi, as I mentioned at the start, very, very common, but he is a pretty good NAD character. He can be used in PvP. He can be used in Chronicle Quest. So if you don't own him, he's definitely a character you want to pick up. But don't worry if you don't have him right now, you will get him eventually. Trust me, he's going to get thrown into a lot of banners. He already has been. And then we have the 4 round 4 characters. So unfortunately, let's talk about Juha. I really do like the banner, by the way. Let me quickly go back. I really do like how they have Yamamoto and Juha in the banner, obviously referencing their fight. Juha really needs a new character, and it's bound to happen eventually. It's just unfortunate with the way they did this character. So, you would think that the final villain of Bleach, the first manga-exclusive character in Bleach Brave Souls, would get special treatment. Unfortunately, they made him a Retsu counter, and they didn't give him Frenzy, they didn't give him Flurry, they didn't even give him Poise. It's really unfortunate how they made him. Visually, though, I really do like the character. I think he's actually a pretty fun character to use for the first 10 or so minutes, and at that point, you're just going to go to use another character. He's definitely fallen off, and the new Guild Quest update with the hard difficulty definitely doesn't help him. He was actually, unironically, the best character to use in the hard difficulty of Guild Quest, but now with the way they nerfed Bombardment and how they nerfed characters that have weakening, it doesn't really help him. So it's a bit unfortunate. I really do like the way they designed the character in terms of the strong attacks and how he has a transformation mechanic, and when he does transform, all attacks turn to weakening attacks. It's really cool, and I hope when they do make a new Juha, they keep that idea. But they definitely need to get him better strong attacks. He needs to get better skills, and for the most part, if you do pull this character, he's only going to collect dust in your account, and that's unfortunate with the way they designed him. Keyskate is also in the same line with Juha. He was pretty okay when he came out. Obviously, nowadays he has fallen off, but you're not pulling for Keyskate because of how good he is. You're pulling for him because you're a collector. You want to get these characters. That's what pretty much round 4 is now. You're not really pulling them because you need them. You're pulling them because you want them. And I really shouldn't be telling you if you should pull or not because you've already decided that. But Keyskate's okay. He had a cool mechanic. He was the first character to introduce the revive mechanic into the game with its soul bomb. But yeah, nowadays he really can't hold up to newer characters. Urawuichi can though. Urawuichi has a lunge first strong attack, another lunge second strong attack, and a full screen strong attack free. She can transform, and then she can use those strong attacks again because it does reset. So she's actually pretty good. She definitely holds her weight compared to newer characters, and when and eventually, hopefully, she does get her resurrection, it will definitely make her a better character if they do give her recharge. So she's actually pretty good. Definitely could still use her today compared to newer characters. She might actually clear faster than newer characters. So if you care about clear time, she might be good. And then you have the round 4 Ichigo, the final version of Ichigo. Or was the final version, right? Now we have the 10 years later version. But this character still holds up. Immune to weakening, immune to paralysis. SA1 is a launch. SA2 is a boost around him. Does increase his max. He does transform to his Horn of Salvation. And his SA3 is a 4 screen. The only thing I don't like about this character nowadays is the visuals. Now when he first came out, he looked amazing. He was an amazing character. He was the best character of his year. But with the way Caleb has actually progressed over the last couple of years, they make the visuals way better. So I really hope that pretty much all of round 4 get get a remake. They really do deserve it. Keyskate needs a new character. So does Urawuichi, so does Juha, and so does Ichigo. Not only to be better characters, but also for the visuals. The animation game that Caleb have done has stepped up over the last couple years, and I really think they all deserve new animations, just to make the specials look better, and to visually make them look better in terms of strong attacks. Keyskate has a really weird part in his solo animation where he pretty much is just standing still. It's really weird. He does a slash, and he literally just stands still. It's really, really weird. So I hope that sometime in the future, Caleb can start remaking some of these round 4 characters, because they really do deserve it. Most of the old 1000 Year Blood War characters deserve remakes, but especially this round, because it's pretty much like the climatic battle of the 1000 Year Blood War arc, right? We have the 2 final characters fighting together, and then we have Urawuichi and Keyskate, who were in some of the final fights, right? So I really do hope they get remakes, but if you are pulling on this banner, you're mainly pulling because you want the characters. The value in this banner is actually there. You have 3 great characters, you have 2 premium characters that are actually still pretty usable, and then you have 4 round 4 characters that don't return all too often, and if you do want them, then this is your best chance to get them, probably for a while. With that said, though, lads, let's do some steps on the banner, just see what we can get. Now, from what I've seen in the multiple pulls that I've done, if you do all 30 steps, which is a hefty amount of orbs, I don't think anyone's going to really go too deep on this banner, you should walk away with one of the characters 5 out of 5. As you can see here, we actually did get the Ichigo 5/5, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, though, we didn't get a single Yamamoto. That does hurt, so let's actually rerun that. Alright, so here we go. So all steps again, almost 6k orbs, and we got all of them again, and we got a 5 out of 5 Keyskate and a 5 out of 5 Urawuichi. And also a 5 out of 5 Fierce Battle Ulquiorra. Okay, let's rerun that again. This one went okay, so we didn't get a single Kenpachi, and we didn't get a single Urawuichi, but we did get 4 Chojiros, 2 Keyskates, 4 Ichigos, 2 Yamamotos, and 2 Izurus. That's actually pretty good, but 6k orbs is a hefty amount of orbs to invest in a banner like this, so I'd really only recommend it if you really do want the characters. The value is there, it just comes down to if you lads want to summon on it. So that being said, lads, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. In the comments below, let me know if you are pulling. I'm going to be doing the first step. I recommend most people do the first step. It's only going to cost you 50 orbs. If you do get shafted, you didn't really lose much, only 50 orbs. You can probably get that back in a couple of days of doing guild quests. That being said, hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.